last time.
Oh hey Rune, wanna go uncover your past?
Yes.
She was a Forsworn, and that is a token of the Reach.
Malther and Beatild, an unholy alliance.
What if I could find it? You'd give me a share. Why would she do this? Beatild, marry an Imperial and betray the Reachmen?
As she loved him, and he loved her. And she thought it would save the she from the coming storm. The she are no more, and it's better this way for all the damage that they did.
What did Kulturin mean, that Beatild separated you from your dead?
Malther. He desecrated our most sacred burial site. And now we can no longer enter it to visit our ancestors. It's a bitter legacy of the conflict.
In Markorth, they mentioned something about the Chamber of the Stars.
The inner sanctum. Hoping to raid a tomb, are you? Forget it. The catacombs are now so filled with angry spirits that no one can enter without being torn apart. And because I do not know what was done to upset them, I cannot undo it.
I have that journal here, and I believe Malther makes a
What?
mention of it.
Let me see it. Gods, yes, here it is. He took something out. He said she begged him to do it. Foolish, foolish girl. She wanted an imperial burial for the baby in temple grounds, under the gaze of the man-god Hellas. You've got to get it back.
What?
The remains of Beatild's stillborn child. I can only suppose she abandoned our traditions to take up the worship of her husband's gods, and had her baby removed from the catacombs and interred in the temple in Marka. No wonder the ancestors are angry. He tore that babe out of their very arms. You have to retrieve the remains and return them to the Chamber of the Stars.
Why me?
You're in the guild, after all. Consider it a contract. Steal the smallest burial urn for me from the Temple of Talus in Marketh, then meet me at the entrance to the catacombs on the hill. The journal gives a good description of both. I'll scry the time of your arrival.
Off to Markarth to steal for good rather than evil. Also, hello everybody. I was quiet because of the dialogue at the beginning. Welcome to part 4.
Excuse me, but do you know anything about...
No,
Thank you
I
for
don't.
your time.
Stop bothering me. I'm never going to do that quest. Anyway, welcome to part 4. The views are such a small fraction of part 1, I don't feel bad if I get copyright claimed or do some experimental stuff. Just wait until I hit part 8. If I ever do. If I get to a part 8, things are getting really weird. All lowercase hand. Oh hey, Fort Grindstone is right next to Sebiana's house from Great Cal of Nocturnal. Maybe I should pay them a visit. Wait, they gave me the house upon completing the quest. Probably filled with rats and spiders after 4 years of disrepair. Never mind.
You're here.
We've come alone.
I have no interest in revealing the faithlessness of my kinswoman to anyone else. You have the remains?
Right here.
Good. Now you have to make it down to the lower catacombs and return the remains to the burial niche. The place is described in the journal.
I thought the angry ghosts would kill me.
They could, but I am starting to have faith in your abilities, thief. I think you could just sneak by them.
Challenge accepted.
Great. What do I have to do?
Take the urn and place it in the niche described in the journal. I'll know when you've succeeded. My ancestors will tell me. Then I'll meet you in the Chamber of the Stars.
Just gonna ignore that and go on. What the heck? Was that dude following me? I was invisible walking through while he was fighting a bear.
You can't hide from me.
I guess it's a lady. Also, yes, I can. I just closed the door behind me. What the? How did that bear even do that? And he sees me. Okay.
Where are you?
Literally worry about the bear that is still aggroed on you. Idiot. In hindsight, I guess there were two of them. The interactions between me, the two people, and the bear were very confusing. But they're all dead and I'm not. So it worked out for me. So did the one Forsworn that was friendly to the bear pull the pull chain, or did the bear pull the pull chain? I'm going to try and do this entirely stealth mode. That first room doesn't count because I was invisible and sneaking and they still saw me somehow. My guess is one of those guys was in the Forsworn faction and one of those guys was just supposed to be aggroed on me, and the Forsworn guy was protecting me. So, they fought each other. And then the other guy was because video game logic, they're like, oh, the player character is here because their ally was fighting me. I must find them. And I immediately find them by teleporting through this door. Also, there's a bear. Just a couple of guys holding Ghost Court. Nothing I need to do here. Don't know if there's supposed to be living Forsworn down here, but I can explain this both in the game and in lore. I guess the lore of my game. In the game, I have mods that add encounters to every dungeon. You've seen Obis do the bandits. Also, there's Genesis that does most other things. But in game, this could be another offshoot Forsworn tribe who are not with, the main guys who are now part of Skyrim. Neat, a Chinese dress. I'll take it. Well, I'm back at the beginning again. Once again, excellent dungeon design. If my illusion weren't completely maxed, this would be getting me a lot of illusion experience. This quiet exploration may be a little boring for some people, but I enjoy it. So far, doing well on my stealth mode. This is such a huge complex, but so far I haven't felt like I've been stuck. I'm just exploring. Ah, dang, just when I say that, it's the dreaded, the pull chain is somewhere else. I don't feel bad. It's not like they can use it. The ghosts anyway. The living Forsworn, I have questions about how they get their food and whatnot. Just doing some ghost church. I like the idea that ghosts have this overwhelming sense of vengeance, but barring contact with people to enact that vengeance upon, they just go on with their lives as semi-transparent versions of their old selves. Gotta pay the ghost bills. Go to ghost church. Obviously they have ghost money, which is just regular money. I can steal it. Is there a ghost economy down here? Do ghosts take ghost showers? I mean, normal humans in Skyrim don't really do that, so probably not. Food for thought while exploring ruins. Ah, that was probably the lever I was looking for. Ah, another loop back. Time to go find that door. Begin combat. Begin scripted event. Luckily, I'm still invisible.
The baby is gone. But why did they take her?
The baby's gone.
What could they want with our little girl? Our daughter's spirit calls out to all of us.
Stop! We know you're holding. Now give us the child.
Give us the child. Now.
Now!
Someone live among the dead.
Gonna use one of my new tricks. But having the dead kill each other, that's a pro gamer move. Guess one of these ghosts has the key.
Someone live among the dead. Who's dead? Time to end your foolish array. Who's
That is a lot of ghosts in Forsworn. See if I can play this intelligently. I've literally never used this. Let me see if I can use it. Magic would probably be good to kill these guys. Speaking of things that I never use. Am I just that much of a ninja that I'm throwing these explosions and they still can't find me? Yeah, dang it. Wards, stop that. Down to single ones. Time for some precision. Clearly I can. That's more people. It's like a ghost Hagraven.
Wait, Mimosa?
You've returned yet another lost treasure, and I thank you. Let me give you this small reward.
Thank you. This really is a marvelous place.
Extravagant for the wild men of the Reach, eh? Well, we were not always such a scattered, divided people. Once we reclaim our birthright, we will rebuild and thrive once again. This place reminds us of the rich tapestry of our history, and that our story has not yet ended. Here, Fergus, a bouquet of lavender to remind you of the joy of life.
It's a kind thing to do for Culturin.
Well, he was my son's best friend, after all.
Left Riften with a handful of worthless objects only to discover a love story.
Yes, wrapped in the tragedy of war.
Is it true that Malthair died, but Beitild escaped?
No, she died too. But she's not buried here, if that's what you're asking.
Well, not exactly, but I'm curious to know how it ended.
After all your help, I suppose you have a right to ask some questions. I'll answer them. Well, outsider.
How did you manage to kill Malthair? That fortress seems pretty formidable.
All we really had to do in the end is to show him his true nature.
I don't understand.
The hags performed the ritual. He and all his issue assumed their true form. Violent, greedy, hoarding snow bears. They became snow bears, he and his sons. And a mindless beast is much easier to kill than a man.
Actual bears.
Yes. Then Malthair ran into the wasteland, and the warriors hunted him down. That's his pelt hanging in the East Tower.
And his sons?
Well, that is part of my cousin's sad story. After all, she loved them, as a mother does. And, warrior to the end, she sacrificed herself for them.
What did she do?
She went to the hags and exchanged her life for a counter-ritual, that they could escape their father's fate. I'm the only one who knows.
Really?
I had to take the children, both the sons and daughter, out to a ship that would carry them to Solitude, to her husband's people. I never found out if they made it or not.
Well, I guess that means Rune is a werebear, but one that turns into an actual bear, not some sort of hybrid.
I'm not certain. The guild had stored these 3 artifacts for a long time.
3, you say? The token, the journal, and...
A stone.
May I see it, please? This is important. This rune stone is a thing of some power, and it's still active.
Really? Can you tell me about it?
I think you'd better ask its creator yourself. The magic can be delicate, and the wrong word from me might upset the enchantment. I'll point to the place on your map, but pay heed, thief. Walk carefully and be polite. We seers aren't always so soft-hearted towards strangers. Now I must return to my tower and tell the Forsworn the good news. Once again we may enter the Chamber of the Stars and visit those we've long lost.
I actually met a very annoying dragon on the way here that wouldn't stop bothering me and heckling me, which I'm going to post on a very short video because I thought it was interesting. Have a Hagraven replacer. They still look kind of gross, though. I mean, which makes sense. Just hi, Polly.
Excuse me.
What? What is this? Delicious meat. It smells of sewage and skeevers, mouth-watering odors. Or have you come to steal and plunder me?
I'm looking for a Forsworn seer.
My eyes see beyond the dross of this world, beyond the flesh withering on your bones. The flesh and spirit are not one in this beast. But perhaps it is still a tasty morsel for Vakta. Just a lick. Sweet meat.
Well, this creeps me out, but this would not creep my character out. Who's the bigger monster? I don't know.
Erwin Seer, I humbly beg to present this grand object of wondrous magic.
Oh, show. My work. I am the marvelous one.
I do need it back, but could you tell me the story of it, please?
Its secrets are mine, fleshling. Tasty nibble.
Could I bring you a present?
Presents? Vakta likes presents. She needs something to make the most delicious brew. All the stars go red and the trees dance. Mammoth tusk. Oh, but not a big tooth. Ground to a slimy poultice. Crumbling, powdered mammoth tusk.